So, Granny was born in 1934 in the middle of the Great Depression in Moncton, New Brunswick, to Zelda and John Baptiste Godin, and she had 9 other brothers and sisters. And this is her older sister, Lorraine. So it was a surprise. She didn't know Lorraine was coming to this party, so we surprised her last night, and it was absolutely amazing experience. Yeah, it was beautiful. So Granny moved to Halifax in 1952, barely speaking a word of English, and met my obviously smooth-talking grandfather, Bob Renner, who was a veteran of the Korean War and unfortunately passed just over 10 years ago. Granny was an amazing athlete, played many sports, but enjoyed things like softball and even barrel jumping, when you skate and jump barrels. She won a softball championship against the USA in 1950 when she was 16. Can anybody guess what position she played?
Shortstop.
Shortstop, thank you. I emphasize short. She had 2 children, my mom Debbie and my uncle Bob, who unfortunately both could not attend today, but in 1968 she adopted 2 handicapped children, Wayne McKay and Ronald Dillman, and Ronald is still with us here. Even at 90 years old, she still takes care of Ronnie. Loved Wayne every day until he passed nearly 15 years ago. They both came from very abusive homes and lived long past what the experts said they would live due to the love and care she gave.
Yeah, oh my
God. Amazing woman, and very proud of your grandson.
Yeah, definitely.
She had many other accomplishments. She worked at a bar called the Ocean Tavern, which I think some of you all know. She won Waitress of the Year, and if she served you, she might even remember what you ordered back then. Her memory was as sharp as a tack, and still is to this day. 90 years is a long time, and she's seen many things change in her life. It's amazing what has happened in the last 90 years, and it's amazing how many things we take for granted that she didn't have growing up, actually. Things that happened that were invented throughout her lifetime. So I'm going to read you a little list of things that happened or was invented in her childhood, and I'll do a bunch in the beginning and we'll start to thin out near the end. And I'll explain sort of how old she was at the time. So, there we go. More family. Yes, Viola. So, in 1935, while she was 1 year old, the electric guitar was invented. When she was 2 years old, they invented suntan lotion. When she was 3, they invented the jet engine, if you can believe that, in 1937. In 1938, they invented the ballpoint pen and photocopying. And the comic book character Superman was created in 1938 when she was 4 years old. In 1939 was the start of World War II. Helicopters were invented that we know them now. There was other versions, but and also The Wizard of Oz originally came out in 1939 when she was 5. When she was 6 years old, they invented penicillin. When she was 7, the Pearl Harbor event happened, and they invented the material polyester for the first time. When she was 8, the movie Casablanca came out. And when she was 11 was the end of the Second World War, and they also invented the microwave oven when she was 11. Imagine not having a microwave oven. When she was 13, they invented the transistor radio before it was all bulbs. She started barrel jumping when she was 13. When she was 14, they invented Velcro. And when she was 16, they invented, this is in 1950, they invented credit cards, and she moved to Labrador. Those aren't related, they're just... it was also the start of the Korean War, and which was my grandfather fought in. He was a veteran of. When she was 17 years old, Hank Williams released the song "Hey Good Lookin'." What a coincidence! Might have been about you. Gene Kelly performed his first time of "Singing in the Rain," and when she was 18, and then got stuck in Halifax on the way to Labrador, and that's when she met my grandfather. There was a big snowstorm, and she got stuck here and met my grandfather and never left. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that snowstorm. So thank God for Nova Scotia weather. Nobody's ever said that before. When she was 19, Queen Elizabeth had her confirmation. When she was 20 years old, in 1954, she was married. In 1955, the polio vaccine was invented. My mother was also born the same year. When she was 22, the videotape recorder was invented. Elvis Presley appeared for the first time on the Ed Sullivan Show when she was 18 years old. My Uncle Bob was born when she was 23. When she was 25 years old, they invented the car seat. The seatbelt. The seatbelt was invented. Yeah. When she was 26, they invented lasers. The first man in space was when she was 27 in 1961. When she was 29, JFK was assassinated. And then in 1931, when she was 31, the U.S. went to Vietnam. When
that was number 3, right?
In
Yes.
1968, when she was 34 years old, Johnny Cash released his At Folsom Prison album. In 1969, we had the first man on the moon, and Frank Sinatra sang "My Way" for the first time. When she was 36, they invented the pocket calculator, and she started her first tavern job at the Elmwood on Wise Road.
Yeah. Say hi to the camera, Ma.
36.
Say hi to the camera.
The next year,
Wave.
she started at the Ocean Tavern on Hollis.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, that's it. And a year later, in 1972, when she was 38 years old, they invented the Bic lighter. Cell phone. The first cell phone was invented in 1973, and coincidentally, the year I was born, and was the year that Dolly Parton released Jolene.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And when she was 41 years old, they invented the first personal computer, and Rita McNeil, famous Canadian, she released her first album. And going through a few more years now, when she was 53 in 1987, they invented contact lenses, and she adopted Robert, and quit the Ocean Tavern. That was the last year she was in the Ocean Tavern. In 1950, when she was 55 years old, they invented the internet. When she was 64 years old, they invented Google. When she was 70, they started Facebook. And when she was 73 years old in 2007 was the first time the iPhone came out, when she was 73 years old. So, that's a lot of stuff. You see him? Yeah, so unbelievable, amazing. So I have some, so if anybody needs to get a drink right now, might be a time, or use the washroom. Does anybody need to get a drink or go to the washroom? I'm going to set up, I got some pictures and a few little videos I'm going to show you. Is there, maybe actually might be good if you guys can maybe pull the curtains and would it be better so it's not distracting? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. You want to move this over? It's set up pretty good right now for the projection.
Ronnie.
It's not a picture, it's a video right now.
Hey, Mom. Mommy.
I got her earlier. I
want to know if she ate enough. You had
Did you eat enough?
Oh, yes.
You did? Okay. Do you want to go over and sit beside Mom?
Why don't you sit over here?
Yeah, you should go over and sit beside Mom.
Sit here, look.
You're the guest of honor next to Mom. You're the whole reason why we're doing this, so.
I'll sit down.
Look at that girl over there.
That was someone Margaret. That's why
Say hi, Viola. She's going to be watching this for the next 20 years, so you better look enthused.
Oh, I am.
Oh my God. She is in there.
She's really enjoying it, I think. She's smiling away, so. She's going to get a couple more wrinkles from this one.
And after the fall she had too, we were so scared because she had that fall, eh? At the hospital.
Yeah.
And I said, come here, I'll help you. Don't help me, I can do it. I knew so.
That's Mom.
I said,
You were with her at the hospital?
No,
Oh, okay.
she came down the Legion.
She was
Last night,
afterwards.
And she was like, oh, I fell. I said, oh, come here, I'll help you. No.
Okay, we're going to try to get started on the next. Hey, Granny. Granny, we're going to start getting on. We're going to start going on the pictures, okay?